Hey friends, in this week's episode, we're digging back into the vault again because we have a couple videos that are just too good to stay buried. This week, we are going to be showing you how to make a resurrection garden, which is perfect for these last couple weeks of Lent, because if you start this, the grass that you plant is going to be growing up just in time to celebrate Easter. So watch our video so you can see how you can bring a resurrection garden into your home.
Welcome to Living Lit, where conversations spark inspiration to live in truth. Journey together with us to explore what it means to live a liturgical life and walk in the truth of our faith. Let's instill a culture in our hearts, homes, families, and world, living a life cooperating with and walking alongside our Lord. I'm Robin Brueggemann. Let's be a light, share the light, shine the light, and live lit.
Hi, I'm Robin Brueggemann, and I have my youngest kiddo, Benedict, my youngest of 7, with me today. And we are going to do a fun activity for you that is for any age, kids or no kids, single, family, anybody. This is for you. This is a fun activity to take you from the end of Lent here. We're nearing the last few weeks of Lent. It's going to get you into Holy Week, and then to Easter, and then beyond Easter. So we're going to share this fun activity. It is called a resurrection garden. And you may have seen these on Pinterest or maybe on social media, but we're going to show you how quick and easy it is, right, Benedict? Benedict can do this even by himself, but anybody can do this. So what we're going to start with is a little shallow plant sort of tray catcher, right? And you could either do a clay one that you could get at like Menards or Walmart, or you can get like these plasticky ones. We happen to have gotten this one at the Dollar Tree, so you can do this very inexpensively. Now this one happens to have rollers on it, which you could leave on the bottom. This is the one from the dollar store. Or you could pop these little rollers off, especially if you have littles at home that you might be afraid might roll it onto the ground. So we're just gonna pop the little rollers off first, right? So you can, like I said, you can get these at Menards, Walmart, or just the dollar store. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start putting some dirt on the bottom, right, Benedict? And you're going to do that. So you go ahead and get started with the dirt. So we're just going to plant some dirt nicely on the bottom here. And in years past, when we didn't have such a crazy, you want to swish it around there, winter, we would actually just go out into our backyard and then just dig up some dirt, right? Dad and you kids would go out and just grab some dirt, dig it up. But this year, since we have snow everywhere, we're having to buy some dirt, which is just as easy, right? So we get our dirt down, and what are we going to do next?
Then we're going to plant grass seeds in it.
Okay.
Remember to make sure to water it every day, because if you don't, then it's not going to grow.
Yeah,
it does take like a week for it to start doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, so we're gonna take, the next thing we're gonna do is, so we have our dirt in the bottom of our base of our garden, right? And then we're gonna take a clay pot. And what are we gonna do with the clay pot?
We're gonna set it about right there and then cover it with dirt, and then we can plant it all around.
Okay.
And this clay pot will actually be Jesus's tomb.
Yes. Yep, so this clay pot is a tomb that we are going, so we're gonna cover it up. So Benedict, you help me. I think we're gonna have to like put the pot down inside there a little bit, right? So the trickiest part of this, and it's not hard, but the trickiest part is just making sure you have dirt on top. And I'm gonna show you in a second what it can look like, right? So what do you think? Do we need a little bit more yet on the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure you don't do it too shallow, because then the grasses will hit the pot and then the grass won't want to grow quite as good.
Right, yes. So we'll give you a little more dirt on the top here. And he's gonna pat it down. And then we're going to leave a little walkway out front, which we'll show you what we do that. So we're gonna secure the pot down nice and good, right? So we've got this patted down. And what's the next step?
And we'll plant grass in it.
Yep, so we're gonna plant some grass, and we just have some regular grass seed. So do you wanna do that, Benedict? And we're gonna leave the little walkway open to the tomb. If you do not have grass seed and you would like some, like if your grass is doing awesome and you don't feel the need to buy a bag of grass seed, I would be happy to mail you some. So you can get a hold of me at livinglit@sfcatholic.org, and I would be happy to mail you some grass seed if you would like. Or this we just picked up at Menards, because I know that we will need to be filling in some lawn, won't we, Benedict, from this winter? So,
Like potholes in our lawn. Grass.
okay, so do you feel like this is enough grass seed?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a little bit of dirt over the top of it, right? So you help me kind of spread it out on top of there. On top of the grass seed. And then is going to come
Might be a
the,
little bit more.
okay. Then we're gonna show you the magic way to water this to get it to come up. What's the magic thing we're gonna do to? We're gonna mist it. So the best way to water this is to use a water bottle. Otherwise what'll happen is if you use like just a cup or a pitcher to pour over it, you're just gonna get, the dirt's just gonna like slide right off there. So we have found a water bottle from the dollar store to just be awesome, right? So do you wanna spray that, Benedict? And then I'm going to show you what the Resurrection Garden turns into. So Benedict's gonna get our garden started. And this is our garden that we started at home, and we planted this about a week and a half ago, just to give you an idea of how much, it's the same grass seed, this grows. This is a week and a half, and we've not trimmed it. We sometimes trim it with scissors if it gets to be too tall, but it grows very fast. So about a week and a half is what you have here, and it gives you an idea of how it fills in, and then it covers up where the tomb's at. But what we're going to do is we need to make a path to where the tomb is at, right? So we're gonna use some gravel that we got off of our driveway, but I did see that the dollar store even has some little rocks and stuff. So we're just making a walkway, like where they would have carried, walked with Jesus to put him into the tomb, or where Mary Magdalene would have run the morning of Easter and found the tomb empty. So we have just like a little walkway down here, which you can also see here. And the neat thing about this is is going to take you, so this is during Lent, and it's almost like it's kind of like a desert, right? Nothing's growing yet, but then we keep watering it throughout the day, each day, making sure it stays nice and moist, and then the grass starts to grow, and it's like we're getting closer and closer to Holy Week, right? And then what we do on Good Friday is we take just like a little cloth, right? That's a tissue, and we stuff it inside the tomb here, and then what are we going to do?
Then we're gonna put the rock about right there. You can choose any rock, it doesn't matter.
This came out of our landscape.
This has to fit over the tomb.
Yep, so we find a rock that closes the tomb up, and it just kind of, is like the closing of the tomb when Jesus was inside there, right? And then what we do on Good Friday is we went out, we put 3 crosses in. So Benedict and I went out this morning and just busted these off of some trees, right? And we made these by just taking some twine, which you can also get at the dollar store. And then you just stab these kind of down into the grass here. So you get the 3 crosses. So who is in the center?
Jesus.
Jesus, and then there were 2 people on each side of him. So this brings us to Good Friday, right? So Jesus is in the tomb. And then on Easter morning, we open the tomb up, and the cloth we take out, which is like empty, right? Because Jesus is not there. He is risen. So we celebrate Easter and the resurrection. And then what we sometimes do is we just take the tissue and we'll drape it kind of around the tallest cross here, just representing that Jesus has risen from the dead. And then we leave this up throughout Easter. We keep watering it and watching it, and it just is such a reminder of new life, right, that we get in Christ and Jesus Christ being raised from the dead, which is so awesome. So just a fun activity that you can do with your family, or just by yourself, or with a friend. You could even do this in your college dorm room if you have this stuff, and keep some grass growing, right? Is there anything you want to share before we say goodbye?
So also, don't water it too much, because then that will wreck the grass. But you can water about 2 times a day to just mist it, maybe a little in the afternoon or in the night. So
yeah, it's pretty easy.
You don't want to overwater.
Yeah, exactly. But it's pretty easy. If I can keep it alive, anybody can, right? Because I'm not a green thumb, but you kids and dad are. So anyways, just a fun idea to try, and we hope that this is just a fun blessing to your Lent and then into Easter.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember to like, subscribe, and share Living Lit, and reach out with topics you'd like tackled at livinglit@sfcatholic.org. And be the light, shine the light, share the light, and live lit.